Hello. I look insane because I have our brightening mask on today. I may have fallen asleep during the Ted Bundy Netflix series that we turned on last night for all of 10 seconds before I was out. And I didn't take my makeup off, which is a huge no-no in my life. So I definitely needed to reinvigorate my skin today. So I have on our brightening mask, which is why my face looks really tight right now. The brightening mask has a crap ton of vitamin C in it. So what it does is it basically acts sort of like a little bit of a chemical peel, for a lack of a better word. And all the vitamin C, high amino, infuses into your skin, and then you peel this mask off. So I just have to go in and find a good spot to start peeling. But you don't peel it off until it gets dry to the touch, because when you put it on, it's very gloppy. And then you just kind of spread it out and find a place like this that it can get loose, and then you peel it off. So what I did this morning was just wash my face, and then I applied my brightening mask to it. Hi, Sarah. And then it just peels off like this. And you have the brightening mask left over. So this also exfoliates your skin. Good morning. This also exfoliates your skin because it pulls off all the little dead layers of skin that are hanging out on top of here that you just don't want around. And then it's going to reveal just a more luminous sort of glowing complexion, which is amazing. And it's really easy to peel. My best advice is to not go too, I need this mask. This mask is amazing. I think that it's still available at 25% off right now. As of February 2nd, when the new skincare launches, it's not going to be anymore. But I think that this mask is still available. Hi, Amanda. So I use this mask usually once a week, typically on a Saturday morning, but I didn't use it this Saturday because I was too busy. And because I fell asleep with my makeup on last night, I really needed it. It's funny because remember those Biore pore strips where you pulled it off and you could see all the gunk left on your face? You can do that with this mask. So it's kind of amazing. But when you put it on, it smells like, what does it smell like? It smells like a creamsicle. It's very, very orange scented. And then when you put it on, it's going to feel a little bit cool, and it's going to kind of tingle. It does not burn. It does not hurt at all. You just feel it tingle. I personally like to feel my products working because then I know that they're actually doing something. I mean, when they hurt, that's a whole other ball of wax, but this is not painful at all. And you can see if you put it on in the right consistency, it does peel off quite easy. You might have little bits of it sort of hanging out on your face afterwards, but I'm the worst at picking and peeling. I love to do that. I shouldn't probably. For example, I just got a gel manicure last Thursday night, and I've already lost my thumb. My thumb just ran away enjoying the circus, and I don't know what it is about my nails that I can't even keep ANC on. They pop off or something. So I'm going back to the nail place today. So this is my mask after it's all done. And hang on 2 seconds. I just have to get my day cream, and I forgot to bring it in here with me. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I have my day cream and my rose water. So this is part of my everyday makeup routine is rose water. It will have, if you order from this point forward, it will have a little bit of a different look because they've rebranded all of our skincare, but rose water is an incredible hydration for your skin. It's a great toner, and I love it. And then I've been using my Renewing Day Cream, which has SPF 20 in it. And I just put a little bit on my fingers and rub it into my skin. So these are 2 steps that I do every morning, usually after having treated my skin better the night before and taking off my makeup, but that didn't happen last night. When you put your skincare on, you want to make sure that you use at night and in the morning this exact motion. Press and pull your skin like this. What happens is our skin retains water in areas, and you want to push that fluid out and back into circulation into your hairline. And what happens is if you don't, is that the fluid collects after a matter of time, and then you have like a sagging situation because you have all this weight. So when you put your night cream on or your serums or anything like that, you want to physically go in and harshly press that product into your skin and then move it fluidly out to your hairline. And I learned this from an esthetician that I had an anti-aging facial with probably a little over a year ago. And I know that I notice a huge difference in doing this. So hopefully you will too. And the best part is it doesn't cost anything. It's just like a little face massage to keep fluid circulating around your face. Okay, so that's done. And now I'm just going to make sure I have all like the little gold flecks off of my skin everywhere. And then we'll go in with our primer. Can't ever forget primer. Ever, ever, ever. And it's also hair washing night, which is why my hair looks a frightful mess today, but it's fine. So primer, always a first step when you do your makeup. And my face does look a little bit red now because I did just totally manipulate it with a peeling mask, but it'll go back down in a second once the rose water takes effect. Okay, so this is just a little bit, hi Tara, this is just a little bit of Touch Glorious face primer. It's probably like a pea-sized amount. And I just go and rub that all over my skin so that my foundation goes on perfectly. And I even put it on my eyelids. I don't typically use eyelid primer, unless I'm doing like a very, very fussy eye look and I'm going out for the night. It's just a step that I don't typically take. But I don't have oily skin, so my eyeshadow always stays on very well with just using this step here. But I know other people that do swear by it, so don't let me talk you out of it. If you want to get eye primer, you can go ahead and do that. So the next important step is just letting that primer sit on your face for a few minutes and acclimate to your skin. If you rush this and it's like still a little bit silky on your skin, then what's going to happen is, God, my hair is driving me nuts. What's going to happen is that your foundation is going to kind of slosh around on your face and not have a great outcome. So I'm definitely never going to lead you down that road. I'm just going to have to put the old hair up because she's looking haggard. I did like this twisty thing to get it out of my face for when I did this and still don't like it. All right, so we're going to do that eye look B, which was sort of like a smoked out brown and pink look today. I have nowhere special to go but working from home and running to Target. So, you know, it's just going to be one of those little extra days where I don't look like I fit. It's fine. All right, so to keep the glow that I want on my skin, hence the glow mask, I'm going to, I'm going to do a combination of BB cream and my Liquid Touch foundation because I'm just, this time of year, even my hands look like I'm 100 years old because it's just so dry and we have humidifiers going all over the house. So I'm just going to go in with a little BB cream in the shade Bisque and about 3 drops of Eyelet liquid foundation. And this is going to create a perfect hydrating, glowy face for me. And that's exactly what I need in the dead of winter, which we're in good old upstate New York. So I put like a pea-sized dollop of BB cream on the back of my hand. And then I mix up my liquid foundation, drop the plunger a few times because it is a natural mineral foundation. You want to mix it up, and I add about 3 drops of liquid foundation right to the top of there. And then I'm going to mix it with my finger so that it's blended. And then I'm just going to add it to my skin where I want it to sit. And the reason that I put it in place, hi Liz, the reason that I put it in the place-ish that I want it to go is that I don't like to drag my makeup around my face because I like to stipple it in. It just has a better overall look. And with the BB cream especially, it just feels good when you press it in. Okay. So that was enough, just a pea-sized amount of BB cream and 3 drops of liquid foundation was definitely enough to cover my skin. And now I'm going to take a damp, clean Eco Tool sponge and I'm just going to press it in this stippling motion. And yes, the back of my sponge is going to take some product, but it's also going to redistribute it where I want it. I remember when I first started wearing makeup and I had like a compact with cream foundation in it, and I would literally load it up and smear it on my face. My makeup routine is far different from what it was back then, but it's crazy to see, like, when you know better, you do better. And I probably use a third of the product that I used when I was 14 years old and didn't actually need anything. I love those memes that talk about how, like, middle schoolers and teens skip their awkward phase. Because, like, I had the round brushed bangs and the blue eyeshadow and the sparkly doodads and, you know, like the twisty cornrows into my scrunched curly hair happening. Oh my God. And now they're all like eyelash extensions, microblading, probably even friggin' lip fillers. I'll never know. I have boys. I'll never know what goes on now. Okay. So now our foundation is totally on. Our skin is glowing. It's all good in the hood. And now I'm going to go in with Touch Mineral Skin Perfecting Concealer. And this is in the shade Scarlet, which is our lightest shade. But I do this because my highlight is, I like it when it's super bright. It just brings like a better youthful glow to my face, I feel like, and it helps me chisel out my features a little bit better. So that is all that I put on the back of my hand. On occasion, I will go in for just a pinch more, but I usually don't need to. And I use one of our Splurge cream shadow brushes, which is technically an eyeshadow brush, but I like the size and I like the consistency that I'm able to get using it. So I just grab a little bit. Uh-oh, what does Mina have? Dylan's yelling at her. All right, and so I go in and I just kind of paint on my face with the concealer the shape that I want with my eyeshadow, or my concealer. Here comes Dylan. Something's the matter. Oh, she was on the couch. He's yelling at her for being on the couch. What a good little soldier he is. Okay. So what I like about using a tool as opposed to using my finger is that if I were to do this with my finger, I would already be through all of this product. I'm able to go a lot lighter with my product, using a lot less. And then it looks better in the long run because when you use too much, it ends up settling in your fine lines. Even the finest of lines is going to look more prominent by the end of the day, which is another reason to not use drugstore brand makeup, because you have to use more in order to get the desired effect you want. And then for the coverage, you're just gonna end up with the wrinkles at the end of the day, and it's gonna look messy because you needed more to achieve it. Okay. So these are all the areas that I wanted to highlight and brighten. And you can see it's like 3 shades lighter than my foundation is, but it's all going to blend into itself really nicely because I have hydration on my skin and hydration in my tool. So I'm just going to go in and press, and I even have some left over on the back of my hand just to show you a little goes a very long way. Uh-oh. What's happening down there?
Nothing.
I heard you yelling at Nina.
Nothing. I said, Mina, sit down.
Why? Was she on the couch?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then she got down.
You didn't leave your snack on the couch, did you?
Nope.
Okay, where'd you put it?
I ate it all.
All of it?
Yeah.
Not just the marshmallows. You ate the cereal too. You're really turning over a new leaf there.
I told you I was gonna eat it all.
Well, sometimes you surprise me.
Oh, but I really like Grandma Linda to bring me this.
I know, she brought you a really cool toy. We got new popper ball Nerf shooters, which is exactly how I got woken up this morning, by taking one to the forehead. Living the dream. Who shot me in the forehead with their Nerf gun to wake me up today? Yeah, you. Tiny bubble. Okay, the glow is great.
Funny.
It was not going to be funny. Boy, mom life. If you have girls, just enjoy the show. Okay, so still super glowy, even though we went in with concealer, which is a thicker mascara, thicker consistency. So now we have to set everything. So I go in with Touch Behold translucent setting powder. And because I don't like a lot on, again, less is more, I use a brush to put it on. And I tap off a huge amount of the product because less is more. And really all you want the translucent powder for is to absorb any extra moisture and oil so that your makeup stays perfectly in place all day. It's just going to lock it in place. You always set liquid and cream foundations with powder. Liquid and cream, really anything. Doesn't have to be a foundation. You could set liquid and cream lipstick with powder. Okay. But that's the other reason that our lip powders last so long. Is because it's like the best of both worlds. Okay. So all of our concealer is now set. And I'm going to go set the rest of my foundation with Crepe pressed powder. What is she yelling about? Crepe pressed powder.
What's Mina up to?
I don't know what she's up to. This is not a necessary step for everyone. I just like it because it sets my liquid foundation and then it gives me a little bit of extra coverage so that I really do get like that perfect airbrushed finish. So I'm using our powder concealer brush and I'm just going to go in and do the areas on my face that I didn't get with contour and translucent setting powder. And it's not changing my skin tone, it's just giving me that extra layer. I don't know why I always wait till I get to my neck to talk and then my voice gets distorted. It just gives me that extra layer of like perfect finish. And additionally, it makes your makeup last a really long time. Okay, so all of our foundation is now done. And we can move on to more important matters like contour. So I'm going to go in with Gingham pressed powder, which is about 3 shades darker than my complexion is. That's Poplin. That doesn't look so dark. Gingham is 3 shades darker than my skin is. And I'm going to go in and use this as a contour.
Mommy.
Yes, sir.
Ryan.
You want Ryan? Pardon me, we need Ryan's toy review. You're watching Russian. How do you get onto this stuff? The feds are going to be over here looking for us, wondering if you're colluding.
Because it's stupid.
It's stupid. It is. Here you go.
I like to read that one.
Oh, okay. All right, so gingham pressed powder, which is actually a foundation powder that's far too dark for me, which is why I can use it as concealer or contour. And I'm just going to go in and find the top of my ear and build in that contour line and follow it right down its natural hollow of my cheek. Don't go too far forward or you kind of look like you're growing a beard. I've learned that one the hard way. And the idea is not to use a lot of product, it's just to use the right shade of product in the right places. That's why I like press powder, is that you don't have to continue to apply so much because it's a darker shade, so you're not using product to build color. The color is just what it is. And then it blends into the rest of your makeup so effortlessly because it's a foundation powder. Okay, just warm up the sides of my nose a little bit, and then I do my jawline. Okay, and I just blend it right down my neck so that I don't look like my face and the rest of my body don't belong together. All right, contour is done. Done, done, done. All right, so now I'm going to go in with, because I'm doing like a pretty bold looking eye today, I didn't want to go in and do like a really bright blush because you always kind of have to pick and choose what you want to highlight for that day. So this is our Moodstruck Powder Blush in the shade Serene. I'm going to use this one because I've been using it forever. Hi, Kristen. But you can't really appreciate the color of this now that it's all like used and abused. So this is my brand new one that I'm yet to break into. But this has a little bit of a shimmer highlight to it. It looks gorgeous on every single person. I don't care what your coloring is. You're going to love it. So I'm going to go ahead and apply a little of this just to warm up my cheeks. I personally love this one because if you are afraid of blush because it just always looks too heavy on you, it's like not even possible to look too heavy. This is literally like the most perfect blush for people who don't like blush. I just love like that really subtle flush that it gives my skin. So that is Moodstruck Powder Blush in Serene. Doesn't really help you to look at the outside. Serene. So for that just like easy glow that I want my complexion to have today, it is perfect. All right, so let's now talk about our eyes. I customized this palette today to do that eye option B, which everybody loved from the weekend. So this is Marvelous, Delirious, Discreet, Joyful. Ryan's toy review is in the background. We can't ever go live without Ryan. I'm going to have to start paying this kid royalties. Just be very gentle with me, Ryan's toy review, because you have a lot more money than I do. I know that you make $11 million a year, and I don't. So if you'd like to endorse this makeup tutorial, you're more than welcome to. So Marvelous, Delirious, Discreet, and Joyful. And my manicure that couldn't even make it a solid week. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is go in with Discreet, which is this super neutral. My life. I have all the best intentions. Why do I get manicures? Because I have bitten my nails since I had teeth, probably. I've always been a nail biter. It's like a nervous tick. So I used to get acrylic nails, and then I got, eventually you get tired of doing that because it's just like a lot of time that I don't have anymore. So then everyone was like, oh, get A and C because your nails are going to grow underneath it and they're going to be really strong, and then you won't have to do them anymore. So cut to, I would get the A and C. They would always pop off, which would cause me to gnaw at the rest of them that were still on my nails. And then I would just chew off whatever nails had grown underneath it. So then I got to a point where I could stop biting my nails, and I started getting gel polish because that's supposed to last like 3 weeks, right? I got this done on Thursday night, and last night it was just like, goodbye. I don't know what it is. I'm cursed. But I'm going back today, and I'm just going to be like, can you paint this sad finger for me so I don't look lopsided anymore? And we go in with Discreet. So I'm applying Discreet with my blending brush. And basically, Discreet is like the most soft ballet slipper. Oh, Lord, girl, me too. I just turned back to gel, and my nails look the same. Nail biting polish. I used to get this stuff called... I used to get this stuff called No Bite, and when you put it on your nails and put it in your mouth, it tasted like the most unholy sourness you could ever imagine. And that turned me right around really quick, except that I then developed like it at first it was kryptonite to me, and then I developed my own coping mechanisms to get through it, and then I would like peel it off with my teeth, spit it out, and just go for the gold, like filled with hate and rage and anger. It's awful. It is awful, awful, awful. So I don't think, I always used to say, if I can just get my nails to grow to the end of my fingertips and look like a normal human, I'll be happy. And I am. Like, I'm fine that they just go to the end of my fingers. I'm totally fine with that. The polish just has to stay on. It tastes like that. It's like my 4-year-old told me I want to put it on his thumb so he doesn't suck. We did the same thing to Chase. We did the exact same thing to Chase. And he somehow got through it. And then continued sucking his thumb. And it wasn't until he burnt his thumb on my curling iron one day, and we had to bandage it, that he stopped biting his. I did see the most hilarious thing. So if you have a thumb sucker, you put an ace bandage on their elbow so that they can't bend their elbow at night to suck their thumb. Because a lot of times kids will do it in their sleep. So you just bandage it enough that they can't actually like torque it all the way back. Why didn't I think of that? Because Chase would have undone it in the middle of the night and then choked me with it, probably. The Barkovich brothers. Okay, so this is the shade Discreet. It's just this really subtle, like, ballet slipper pink. Girling. Oh, Dee. I don't understand. They give me a run for my money. For sure. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the shade Marvelous, which is this dark chocolate brown. And, you know what? I think we should... Let's not line first. Let's not. I'm not going to line it first. I am going to go in with this angled brush, though, I think. And I'm just going to kind of draw out the angle that I want to create. Because this is almost like a fake winged eye look. Because it's very heavy in the corner with the dark. And now I'm going to go in with my crease brush. This is my Fluffy Crease Brush by Younique. And I'm just going to go and grab some of that dark chocolate brown Marvelous. And I'm going to go in the crease with it. Like this. And you have to get pretty dark. I don't do my eyes dark all the time, or if ever. So this is like a grand departure from how I normally roll. Okay, so this will require a little bit of fine tuning back and forth, I feel like, which is okay. I like to build color. Hi, Beth. I like to build color gradually as opposed to like coming in hot, because then I always feel like those looks look way too forced. And I can't go to Target looking like that. What would the neighbors think? Okay. So I'm going to go in with my deluxe brush, which is that angled, sort of very dense brush that has the sponge on the end of it. And the deluxe brush is really great for like precision looks. And we're also going to clean a lot of this extra up when we do a little bit of extra concealer. A wee bit of extra concealer. Okay. Let's blow out the sides of this a little bit. All right, now we're going to go in with this shade, which is called Delirious. This is going to be our pink, and it's going to brighten our eyes up so that we don't look like Morticia Addams. Unless, of course, that's a look you're going for, and then you nailed it. All right, so Delirious is just this really pretty rosy pink. And I'm going to go with my deluxe brush, and I'm going to put this all over my lid and blend it into Marvelous. The Marvelous does have a shimmer to it. It's not a matte shade like Marvelous is, so it's going to pick up a lot of light. And now we're going to go and lighten it up even further with this shade Joyful. So this is like a metallic champagne. And I'm going to go in with the other side of the deluxe brush, which is this the sponge. And I'm going to spray it with setting spray. What this does is when it's wet, it grabs the product that much better. And it's going to keep it on my sponge with the metallic on it. So if you're going for a more precise look, this is the way that you do it. You have a ton more control. It maintains the color and the shimmer. And we're just going to brighten up our eye using Joyful, which is like a metallic champagne. All things being equal, got to go over here. And just kind of pressing it on. You can feel that it's damp. But because it's that same metallic nature as the Delirious, it blends into it really well. And then we're going to wait until it's nice and dry fully. So you can even tell I didn't spray the brush when I did this side. And it doesn't have as much like prismatic quality to it. So we gotta fix that. Okay. So I'm just gonna take my blending brush with nothing on it and just blend all of this madness together. And then I'm gonna go in with that same crease brush and the Marvelous one more time and just darken in my crease. And I'm going to take that and go on my lower lash line with it. People at Target are going to love this today. Tony Stark. What's going on over there, Dee? All right, so Dip and Draw eyeliner in Perfect has been my jam lately. It's a liquid eyeliner. and it's ridiculously easy to use. And I have to keep my eye open when I do my eyeliner. I don't know why. When I use pencil liner, I trust it. When I use liquid, I can't. And winging us out. Ooh, she's dramatic. That's what all they said. People say about me. So once we do our brows, I'm going to go in and just like really put that matte highlight on my brow bone up here to really set that off. It's going to clean up the sides a little bit. And I'm also going to take the concealer that I have left over and just press it on up here so that we get that really precision edge. But let's do Epic first. So in the Kudos this month, which is good until Thursday, you get whatever 4 shades that you want in pressed eyeshadow in a quad palette, an Epic mascara, and any shade of Splash Liquid lipstick that you want. Whoops. All right, so 2 coats of Epic. The first coat is my heavy, heavy coat going from root to tip. This is regular Epic, not the waterproof. And then the second, so the first coat I kind of use as like a primer. And then the second coat goes in and like really defines and separates, lengthens and thickens. Does all the things. The second coat is the MVP. Okay, second coat. I love watching people put mascara on. I feel like everyone looks totally different when they do it, and it's fascinating to see all the different ways to put mascara on, honestly. All right, so I'm just going to tickle my lower lashes with it. And I tend to stay just like on the outside corner, if possible. I just sort of like how it like pulls my eye and opens it up. Okay, Epic is done. And now it's time to go in with Brow Palette, my favorite. So this is the Brow Palette, Moodstruck Obsession Brow Palette. And this is the shade Brunette. So now I'm a little bit more blonde, but you can see this is actually like my natural hair colors, like this dark brown at my root. Maybe that's why I look so different today. So I look like a brunette. So I'm just going to go in and draw my lower lash line first. Brow line, wide. It's a brow line. And then I'm going to go in and do the top line. So that it's kind of like paint by numbers. So I know exactly where I want to keep all my product. And then I start at the arch and move back from there, because this part is going to be the thickest and the darkest, and then it's slowly going to soften and fade in the front. So I tend to not put a lot more product on my brush, and I just use what's on my eye and on my brush to fade it in to try to achieve a really natural but sculpted look. Okay. There she blows. All right, let's make a twin over here. Even though I know eyebrows are supposed to be sisters, not twins. But I disagree. They should be twins. Or as close to it as possible. People should at least question. Now what are you watching, Dee? Is it still Ryan?
No.
Oh. Alright. So we're just going to keep blending and softening.
The Mike's King.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, the Monkey King.
The Monkey King?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever you say. YouTube is a strange place for children. Okay. Brows are on, and now we're going to go in and just like finish our eye look. So I'm going to grab my concealer brush and a little bit of the concealer that I have on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to go in and perfect my brows.
Mom?
Yes, sir.
All you have to do, if it has no air,
Uh-huh.
then we can, then
What has no air?
if this doesn't have air,
Oh, your shooter
then
gun?
you can like blow with your mouth.
I had no idea.
If it doesn't have any,
Mhm.
you just put the ball in, and it can go super fast.
I love it. Oh. These are the things you learn about when you're a boy mom. You get an
Had
education.
no air.
It had no air. But you fixed it.
Uh-huh.
All right. And now I'm just going to take the concealer that I still have left over. Remember, I just put the teeniest little bit on. And I'm going to take that straight edge. And I'm just going to go over here and like stamp that straight edge and just see how it like cleans up and perfects my eye look. It gives it like a whole other look. Hi, Kristen. And that's just using leftover concealer from the back of my hand. Oh, I forgot we have to add a little sparkle. All right, so that eyeshadow, look B, had a little bit of actual shimmer shine to it. So this is our, what is this? This is our Splurge Cream Shadow in the shade Tenacious. And I'm just going to go and put a little bit, this is like ooey gooey, but when you touch it, it has a ton of pigment to it. So I'm just going to go in and press this onto my eye because it is legit gold sparkles. And that eye look had legit gold sparkles. All right. Oh, she's pretty. Not mad at her being a little extra today. All right, so eyes are now complete. And now we're gonna go do our highlighter. So I'm using a very soft highlighter, the shade Benevolent today, because we went so extra with our eyes. We played down the foundation, just made it perfect and glowy. We played down the blush, we're gonna play down the lip, and we wanna play down the highlight too, because if we look like a disco ball on this Vegas Strip, you know, people may judge us a little harshly for that. So this is our Touch a la Mode powder highlighter in the shade Benevolent, which is like a frosted gold. And it's just gonna like highlight and brighten our face. Just ever so slightly. I love a glowing complexion. It's life. Okay, and I'm going to actually add a little bit of bronzer and just deepen in my cheekbones. And this is in the shade Hermosa, which is our medium bronzer. It's got a really great warmth to it. That's why I like this shade. Okay, so now we're going to do lips. So my lip combo today is Prim eyeliner, Sparkling Splash Liquid Lipstick, and Lovable Lip Gloss. So the first thing I'm going to do is just clean off my lips. And with the Splash Liquid Lipstick, you want to use a dry washcloth to finish that because they go on best. It's a matte lipstick and it really does go on best on dry lips. So don't have like additional product or lip oil or lip moisturizer on because it won't look right. Okay, so Prim eyeliner is this like very light sort of toffee brown, and I liked it for today only because we were doing browns and pinks and I wanted something very neutral that didn't read pink as a liner. So hold please while I line. Also, another little tip. If you overline your lips, more power to you. I do slightly as well. But don't overline them on the sides. Only overline them in the center, or else you're going to look like you got punched in the mouth. All right, so that's Prim eyeliner. Yes, it's way too dark. I feel you, but we're going to smudge it out a little bit with our finger. Hi, Michelle. And then we're going to blend it in with our lipstick. So I'm going to use Sparkling, which is one of our lightest nudes. Sparkling Splash Liquid Lipstick. It's super pale pink. And I'm going to blend it right into the liner. Hi, Tara. So this just takes a second. But I don't want to rush it and look haggard, so. Okay. That's a great thing about this applicator is that it makes this process so easy.
I can see with one eye.
You can see with one eye.
Yeah.
Let's hope you never have to.
Mom?
Uh-huh.
Just close your eye with your finger.
I don't need to close my finger. I can do it with just my eyelid.
Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
I can see with one eye.
Yes, sir. I'm just going to go in and edge. Slightly edge it. So that's Sparkling. You can see how pale it is. It's super duper pale. Where is my concealer? Okay, and then I'm going to finish it with Lovable Lip Gloss, which I'm obsessed with. I love Lovable. I love how juicy it makes my lips look. Our lip gloss is one of my favorite products because it's not sticky. And it just gives like the best long-lasting glow on your lips. And I'm personally like a juicy lip person. I like matte lips, but I just feel more myself with a juicier lip. Call me cray. A lot of people do. But that's that's how I'm feeling about that. Okay, so I'm just going to go and pop a little bit of our translucent setting powder down here to just clean up that line. This is another little trick. You want to keep this area of your face nice and bright. So grab your sponge. And you're just going to like press it in. And it just lightens that up so that your contour looks even better. There she blows. All right, so that is our simple yet stunning look. I look B, which was just that dark brown fade into a rosy pink with like a gold kicker. So I will take an unfiltered selfie and then I'll list all the products that I used today so that if you want to shop, this week is the last week of the kudos. It ends on the last day of the month, which I think is Thursday because Friday's February 1st. Oh, we have to set our makeup. Touch Behold translucent setting powder. My makeup won't go anywhere today now. So I'll take an unfiltered selfie so that you can see all of this kind of close up and frozen. And then I'll list all the products that I use. So if you have any questions about being color matched or the kudos or skincare or anything like that, you can just shoot me a message and I can answer for you. So don't ever be shy. No question is stupid. We are all learning. There are no rules to makeup other than do what makes you feel good. I'm a firm believer in that. And D Money and I are off to do all the things now, right, D? Okay, so we love you and we will see you back here on Saturday.